When we are drawing the graph for a modulus function, do you see what kind of graph do you see here? It's what shape that you see here?
V.
It's a V-shaped graph, right? And it is the most basic graph that is possible for a, so the most basic graph is when there is a vertex at this point. Which point? Here, at the origin. Okay? The vertex is at the origin. Isko pehle hum graph karna seekhte hain. How do we have to graph it? There are certain steps that you need to follow. Your first step is that first we sketch the function without the modulus. Whatever function will be given, Aditi, you will have to first sketch it without the modulus. Then you have to reflect the negative part, because in a modulus function, we do not have a negative answer. All right. And then you have to make sure that you label few things, that is your axis, your intercepts, and the vertex or the turning points. Abhi isko dekhte hain, how do we solve it? Sketching means you're not plotting it, you're just sketching it. So only the basic important points have to be there. So your graph is about y is equal to modulus of x, right? So you will first make y is equal to x ka line. So how do you make that line?
We make the table.
You will make a table. So in your table, you take certain points. So I have taken -1, 0, and x. 1 for the values of x. So if y is equal to x, then this is also -1, this is also 0, and this is also 1.
Yeah.
Right? So what I do is, now I'm going to draw this graph. ये बन गया, यहाँ पे ये line बन गई. जब मैंने इसको plot किया, so for 0, 0 I have a point. For 0, 0 there is a point. For 1, 1 there is a point, and -1 and 1 is we will connect all the 3 dots.
So we will only reflect the negative part.
And then we are only reflecting the negative part. So we have to bring it up. So how do you reflect? So if you see, when you're reflecting over which axis are you reflecting it over?
X.
Over the x-axis, right? So your negative, this negative y becomes a positive y.
Yeah.
Right? And your -1 remains as it is. When you reflect over a x-axis, what happens?
So only the y value will change.
Only the y value will change, not the x value, correct? So this point, which was here as -1, -1 and -1, what does it become here? It becomes -1, right? Bas. And that's how you sketch your graph. Done. Yeah? That's it.
And what all do we have to label?
Labeling mein, you have to label 3 things: the axis, intercepts, and the vertex. So so this is your turning point, that is your vertex. So vertex kahan par hai? 0, 0. So ye hona chahiye.
Turning point is the minimum point, right?
Turning point here is the minimum point. So this is the, and it's also the vertex.
Vertex, is that where it ends?
Vertex, where it's same as the turning point. So in this case, the vertex is coming at 0, 0.
Okay. And what about the intercepts? What does
intercepts are all that you're supposed to mark. So if there is any intercept, all of that you will mark. If there is any
what does that mean?
X-intercept and Y-intercept. The places where it is cutting the x-axis is the x-intercept.
But it's not cutting the x-axis.
In this case, it is not, but you will have, this is the most basic question. So in other questions, you will have some intercepts. So wahan par aapko mark karna padega.
Okay.
Okay. When you will shift your graph, when you will take the graph up, you will take the graph down. So all these pointers you will have to show. Right? So then in that case, you will have to show you get my point, right? You have to mark the axis, you have to make show the vertex and the intercepts. Let's do it for this one now. So what is our first step? This is your question.
We'll remove the mods.
You will first remove the mod and then you will graph it, right? So this was the question. This was the question. You will remove the mod and you will graph this. So you remove the mod, you get x. Y is equal to x.
Why is it plus minus x minus 3?
So when you remove the mod, you get plus minus sign.
So that's after removing.
But you, as of now, this is just for your knowledge. For sketching, you only need the positive one.
Okay.
Right? Then again, what do? You will plot. I mean, you will sketch, not plot. You will sketch y is equal to x minus 3. Isn't this going to be a line? So I've taken 2 points. 0. When x is 0, y is minus 3. When x is 3, then y is 0. Right? So I'm going to put these points on the graph. Ek idhar aa gaya, ek idhar aa gaya, right? Right? And you make your line. You make your line. Right? Now what we do? We have to reflect it. Right? Reflect it over the x-axis. Right? Then what do you get?
Reflect what over the x-axis? Only the negative part, right?
Only the negative part, this part. Only the negative part has to be reflected over.
Did you extend that line?
So I extended this line. This was my line and I extended it as much as I can. Okay. Now I have to reflect it. So x remains as it is. So x remains 0, but minus 3 became a plus 3. Right? So it should become 0, 3, right? Right? Okay, now this much is done. Then you got it? This much? Yeah. So now important point for you to note is this is your y is equal to positive x minus 3. And you reflect karke aaya, that is y is equal to minus x minus 3. So that's why 2 points, two signs here.
Okay. So after reflection, it's in minus.
Right. So here, this was y is equal to plus x and this was y is equal to minus x. Right? What is the vertex here? What's the vertex?
After reflection, the vertex. Right?
After reflection, finally you will show the reflection. You will show the x and y intercepts also, if there are any. So, kya mila hame? What is the vertex that we got?
3, 0.
3, 0. What is the y? This is the line that you got for
the y-intercept is 0, 3.
0, 3. Very good.
X is 3, 0.
0, and that's also your vertex.
Yeah.
Then you also show this one because this is also important because you're going to reflect it over.
Yeah.
Right? Got this one clear? Then we go to the third one. Here, this one. X minus 2. Now this is a very important question because yahan tak till here what we were getting was equal to sign. Now here this question has a greater than sign. Okay. Okay. Now so expect this kind of a question. So till now whatever we were learning was simple for us. All right. You will get an inequality question from here. So x minus 2 is greater than 2x minus 3. You have to show it by graphical method. All right. So what do? Do you see that here the equation and here the equation are different and both are in x?
Yeah.
Right. So we will have 2 lines, right? One is y is equal to x minus 2. Okay. And the other is y is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay. You sketch a line for this one, and you sketch a line for this one also. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's do it for x is equal to y is equal to x minus 2. You get this line, y is equal to x minus 2. This is the line that you got. Okay. Then you do for y is equal to 2x minus 3. So for 2x minus 3 also, you need to draw you need to sketch a line. Okay. I think I've not shown it here, but this much is clear that you're supposed to sketch a line for both.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you reflect it. We'll reflect
both.
So we will, okay, 1 second. Y is equal to x minus 2. You're doing this one and you make y is equal to x minus 2. You do this and then you make the line pura and then you reflect it over this. This much is clear first?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got y is equal to minus x minus 2 and y is equal to x minus 2 and you will also get a vertex. Okay. Now for the second one, which is 2x minus 3, which was without a mod, that means that is going to be a line. So y is equal to 2x minus 3, you sketch this line also. Make your points. You take your points. One side to x as 0 And the other one I took y
So
0.
this one is not going to be reflected.
This one we will not reflect. We are just finding out the intersection point first of all. Okay. Is this much understood?
Yeah.
Okay. After this, then you will see there is a point. Now this is the line that you got after the intersection. Okay. Just write it here. This is y equals 2x minus 3 line. Okay. This white line that you see here. They are intersecting at a particular point.
1 second, can you just show the diagram? 2x minus 3 is where? The white line.
The white line, yeah.
1 second. Okay.
Got it? Now they are going to intersect at some point, right? You have to find that intersection point. All right. So you have to do some bit of algebra here now. Find the intersection point is the next point. So what did we do till now? We have plotted y is equal to x minus 2. Sketched
so y is equal to x minus 2 is not a line.
Y is equal to x minus 2 is with the mod. So it will have both. It will have a V kind of a graph. Right? Y is equal to 2x minus 3 did not have any mod. So it's a line. Just a line. And then you find what is the intersection point for both. That's your third step. Okay. You have to find the intersection point. How do you do? You will find by putting a minus sign and a plus sign. Okay.
So first minus x minus 2.
Right.
And then x minus 2.
Okay, perfect. Now, but what do we see here? Intersection is with which line? If you look at the graph here, what is the intersection with which line here? Only the minus x, right? So do you need to do the positive one?
No.
So we just did the intersection of this line with the negative one. We got a point. Is that clear?
So is there a possibility of being intersected with both?
Not really, unless it is a straight line. Okay. Or yes, there is a possibility. There is a possibility. Yes, it can be. Then you will solve with both. Then we'll solve with minus and positive both, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So as of now, we saw it is going to, it is just here. So all we did was find out the intersection point. This much is clear?
Yeah.
Now there are two ways of going further. 3 steps we have done till now. Plot. We sketched the graph for x minus 2 as it had mod. Then we sketched the graph for 2x minus 3. It's a line. Then we found out what is the intersection point. After finding the intersection point, we need to find out the region, actual region, which is greater sign, where x minus 2 is greater than 2x minus 3. Okay. So one side is this side. Observe carefully. One side is this side. One side is this side. Other side is this side. Okay. 2x minus 3, there are 2 sides to it, right? The negatives, one side and the other side. You have to tell which side is a greater, where x minus 2 is greater.
So that could be either positive or negative.
That could be yes, right? So what we do, how do you find inequality? Maybe when we used to find out whether this region, which we need to find out whether it is on the left side of this point or here, this side of this point. How we used to find out? So the best way would be, you have to take any point which is less than 5 by 3. 5 by 3 matlab this 1, 2 upon 3 that we got, right? Take any point. So you can take 1, 0, minus 1, anything which is falling on that side, on this side of this line, right? And for this side, you will find out anything which is falling on this side. Okay. So this is something we used to do for inequalities also, if you remember, shading the inequalities, right? So exactly the same thing you'll do. So I took a easy number. I took 0. All right. So I did 0. You put it in the inequality now. So 0 minus 2 is greater than minus 3. I'm getting this as true. So which means the x is less than 5 by 3 is true. Got it?
Okay.
But when you do x greater than 5 by 3, when you check for this, you are taking any point which is above that number, above that 5 by 3. When you check for that, what you see is, when you put it here, I took a number 2. When I do 2 minus 2, I get 0, which is greater than 1. Is that true? No, it's false. So which means this is, we have to discard this. This is not possible. So which is the right answer? X is less than 5 by 3 is the right answer.
This is, we are finding the range, right?
We are finding that value for X, for which this, we are basically finding the domain. X value is the domain.
Over here, when you took 2, you did 2 minus 2, which is 0.
For this one?
Last
For the left side?
0, and then that's, okay, got it.
Got it?
So this is, what exactly is this question telling us, the last one?
It's telling you, now this is not an inequality, for what value of X, it's not an equality, it's a, so earlier we used to find out X key value, right? X is equal to 2, X is equal to 5, X is equal to 20, whatever is your answer, right? But now it's, here it's an inequality. So all values of X minus 3, the X less than 5 by 3, this will hold good. This is what it is telling us here.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay, so now these are few graph questions which I will be sending you so that you can practice them first. Some examples, some types.
They are examples.
These are examples, which but I have a worksheet also for you. Do you want to take a look at the worksheet first?
So I have to do both.
What would you want to do first?
All of
I wanted to do a few more questions before you start doing the worksheet. Otherwise, you'll get stuck.
So I'll do the examples.
You do the examples first. I don't want you to get stuck before only. So, but next week fully, I'm going to focus on